the home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. That the embarrassment of riches that Alabama has acquired through the transfer portal has led to the proclamation that Alabama is going to regain the national championship via Jermaine Burton, among other things. Even talk that Bryce Young may be the first guy to repeat his Heisman Trophy since Archie Griffin. Let's talk about it. This is JPC. I am the OCF. That is the outlaw of college football. It's made by you guys and gals out there. And today, class, I'm going to jump in here and talk about the proclamation that was made by one Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton has said that this will be the year that Alabama regains the national championship, and he can be one of the very few players that have won national championships back-to-back, but on different teams. Now, I got a little list here of the embarrassment of riches, which is Alabama football, through the transfer portal. Now, Nick Saban, while I don't agree with a lot of his silly politics, he knows football. And he told these people, I'm not going to like the transfer portal. It's not going to give you parity like y'all think. And what happened? You don't have parity. You have right the opposite. You have, like I've said already probably numerous times, you have what you are getting now is a farm system within a farm system. We all know college football is a farm system for the NFL, but now it's going to become as such that, the lower tier mid-card teams, even in Power 5 conferences, are going to be rated by the upper echelon of college football, probably 10 to 15 elite teams, and that's about what it's going to be until the NCAA can crack down. But that's neither here nor there. It's not the subject at hand. The reason why Jermaine Burton is so confident about Alabama regaining their national championship, which they're known to do in the Nick Saban era, they have not went longer than 2 years without a national championship, which is unheard of. But anyway, you had Jermaine Burton this year, Tyler Harrell from Louisville, Tyler Steen, Miles Keitzelman, is that how you say his last name? But the most impressive ad to me, by far, that's going to set things off and make things so balanced, it's not only did Alabama gain all these receiving options, but they went out and got one of the best running backs in the nation in Jamar Gibbs. Now, that's almost unfair. I mean, because it's bad enough that you're getting all those weapons for Bryce Young. By the way, you still got Bryce Young. That's a weapon, too. You got the returning Heisman Trophy winner trying to do something that ain't happened since Archie Griffin of Ohio State. I really don't think it's going to happen because there's just so much groundswell and support for players not winning the Heisman Trophy twice. But if he does have some kind of extraordinary year where they just can't give it to somebody else, wouldn't hurt my feelings a bit. And it could really happen because, like I said, not only does he have a great supporting cast of wide receivers to throw to, but now he has one of the best running backs. Now, Brian Robinson and Trey Sanders and all those guys are great running backs. Were great running backs at Alabama. Brian Robinson, as you know, went on to the NFL. But Jamar Gibbs is a guy that he went to Georgia Tech and he was on a team where he was probably the only star they had. So now he comes here And now he has a running back that can take the pressure off of him, and he can return the favor and take the pressure off of Bryce Young. Because if you don't have a real good running game to go to, well, then they can just start keying on your wide receivers and come up with some defensive packages that'll make it hard on Bryce Young. But if you have a running back option that's very valid and very threatening to break loose, well, then you can't stack against the pass. You can't stack against the run. And that's why I said it's going to be unfair. This offense, I think, is going to be more akin to the 2020 Alabama offense with Mac Jones and company. And it's basically going to be like the old PlayStation 2 football games I used to play. You can tell I ain't played PlayStation in a while. I stopped playing PlayStation around PlayStation 2 and 3 maybe when they done away with NCAA football. I'd done away with PlayStation. But now with the NIL, maybe that game will come back. Once again, I'm getting off topic. But anyway, all this leads me up to the other topic of conversation I want to talk about, and that is, can Bryce Young repeat his Heisman? Well, if Jermaine Burton's right and Alabama's going to win the national championship, that's the first step. Is nowadays, not only do you have to be the most valuable player on your team and a great player, but you have to also have a great team that spotlights you throughout the season and into the later parts of the season, so your name is kept fresh upon the Heisman voters. And Alabama, of course, is going to do that. Now, Alabama had back-to-back Heisman winners for the first time, and I think they're the first school that's ever had a Heisman trophy at 3 different positions. They've had one at running back, wide receiver, and quarterback now. If Alabama were to win the Heisman trophy this year, they would set all kinds of different records too. And I don't think anybody's ever had 3 Heisman trophy winners in a row. And there's only been one repeat Heisman, and that's the Holy Grail, called Archie Griffin of Ohio State. Nobody ever thought that would be matched ever again. And there's been opportunities in the past for it to be matched, but it's never happened. And I think it's because now people are like, even if the guy probably deserves to be a repeat champion or a repeat Heisman Trophy winner, they tend to not give it to him. And that's what's messed up about voting. That's why I'm glad we don't have national champions voted upon anymore. But for Bryce Young to win the Heisman Trophy, he has to be in the spotlight, and that's going to happen. Second thing is, got to have a great receiving corps. We all know they have that because they cleaned up the transfer portal on that position. Got pretty good tight ends to drop off too. And, like I said, the big, once again, keep harping on it, with the one big piece that he got was Jahmyr Gibbs. That sounds a little bit opposite because, you don't want to run the ball a lot if you're going to win the Heisman Trophy as a quarterback. But you have to have that great running back to piece it together for you so that they do not key on you. And there's that threat of the running game. And they have that in Jahmyr Gibbs, a breakout runner. That's why I think that Bryce Young will seriously threaten the Holy Grail of repeat Heisman Trophy winners, Archie Griffin, as being only the second player to ever win the Heisman Trophy back-to-back. And then on top of that, maybe winning a national championship like Jermaine Burton said. And once again, Alabama will be on top as this is. By all means, if history tends to repeat itself, Jermaine Burton's not far off. And that this is Alabama's rotational year. This is our year to win the national championship yet again. You guys and gals, tell me what you think about all that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams.